Time to bring the artist out. Can we please have a round of applause for NAAN today, please? And guests.
And guests. He got the extra applause. No offense to the other three guys that got the backups there, but don't worry about that.
But the best thing about it is when like we're doing these small, kind of get-togethers, and then they say Kanan, and then he comes out first. They're like, oh, Kanan is a Mexican guy, and then and then you come out next, don't you? And oh no, he's Filipino. He's a black girl. I love it. I love the whole thing.
And then they see you and they're like, hey, that's like he's got the hat on.
That makes more sense, yeah.
That's going to have that little added weight before you come out. So, welcome to Orlando. How you guys doing today? You guys good? You guys good?
Yeah, we hung out last night here. Not much, but we went to go see Dictator.
Ah, okay.
Last night.
Good.
It's not as funny as I wanted it to be.
You were hoping for something.
Some moments are amazing though.
So he didn't do as well in this movie as he did in the past couple, then, correct?
I was a fan
Sacha
of
Baron
Ali
Cohen,
G and stuff, so
there we go.
It's a whole another level. But I mean, it was good. It's nice to see.
Well, I'm excited that you're here today. Like we saw the video that was playing before you came out here, and this is the really cool part about the RP Funding Theaters. That we get a lot of different styles of music, and we get a lot of either instant, you hear the name, the artist, or along the lines of up and coming new artists, or in your case, world renowned. So what I'm excited about before we dive into this is you can go ahead and play some new music. Then we're going to go ahead and just boom, we'll start talking about that. So want to just dive right in with some stuff for us?
Okay, yeah, we'll play the one with the new one with Nelly, and Amina will do the Nelly part.
I don't wanna be left in this war tonight. Am I alone in this fight? Is anybody out there? Don't wanna be left in this world behind. Say you run to my side.
Yeah. Sung by Mary, never won a pageant, never felt pretty, never looked like Cameron. Diaz was her last name, always been abandoned. Keep your head up, baby girl, that's your anthem. There goes Hannah, showing off her banner. Rocking that crown, make the boys go bananas. When you're insecure about yourself, it's a fact. You could point a finger, but there's three pointing back. I can see her crying out, yeah. Is there anybody out there? She's really kind of your love, still struggling uphill, but you act like you don't care. Right now she can really use a shoulder, hanging on to the edge of the soul. She's crying for your love tonight. Lonely, it's hard to survive. She said,
I don't wanna be left in this war tonight. Am I alone in this fight? Is anybody out there? Yeah, don't wanna be left in this world behind. Say you run to my side. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there?
Somebody, anybody. His name was Adam. When his mom had him, dad was a phantom, never took a look at him. Grew up mad and antisocial, hated outdoors, always in playing Madden. Adam was lonely, drugs were the only way out of his own life. Now he's slowly losing his fire, close to retire. With one last hope, he puts his arms up higher. I can see you crying out, yeah. Is there anybody out there? It's really kind of your love, still struggling uphill, but you act like you don't care. Right now he can really use a shoulder, hanging on to the edge till it's over. He's crying for your love tonight. Lonely, it's hard to survive. And he said,
I don't wanna be left in this war tonight. Am I alone in this fight? Is anybody out there? Yeah, don't wanna be left in this world behind. Say you run to my side. Is anybody out there? And you feel the way I feel.
I do.
Like you're talking to yourself.
Yes,
well, this is for anyone who's felt invisible, lonely in a crowded room, searching for someone like you. Can't do it all alone. Can't do
You're saying to yourself, yeah, I've heard that song on XL106.7 before. Is anybody out there? How did you and Nelly Furtado get together on that one? That's one of the first things that I was thinking when I heard that song.
Yeah.
I knew you were coming in. I was like, how did that collaboration connect?
Yeah, I knew Nelly for a long time, and Nelly was actually one of my first, like, kind of, famous people, celebrities who liked my music. Because I would see her during the Dusty for Philosopher days. We'd be playing in these small little venues, and Nelly would be in the audience, and we wouldn't have met, and she's just kind of just coming out, enjoying the music, and we got to be friends. And she wasn't the first singer on this song. I had somebody else do it, and they were great. And then there was just something, and I called Nelly, and she did it.
She brought a little bit extra out there. I have to ask, is that a K cup that you have in your hand?
Yeah. This.
I've never seen a musician use a K cup as a percussion.
It's actually got a little bit of a nice shaker sound to it. So
you learn something new with music every day, I guess. I've never thought a K cup would suit, but I saw you pull that out. I was like, wait a minute, that's a cup of coffee right there.
Coffee is good for other things.
So for those who may not be familiar with you, your upbringing in music. How did this whole music lifestyle come about for you?
I grew up around music. My grandfather is, I'm from Somalia originally, and so my grandfather is considered one of Somalia's greatest poets. And he was totally revered, more than I can imagine, can explain here. I mean, poetry to Somalia is like bread to the belly, it's a big thing. And so he kind of was around the house, and my auntie is the most famous singer of all time from the region, my country in East Africa. And playwrights, uncles, and everybody was just crazy artists. And so that was my household.
There's no pressure at all coming out of that household at all, no.
Yeah, no. I know. You have to totally ignore them and then just do what you do in order to at all feel like you're somewhat relevant, because otherwise it'd just be like, my grandfather is credited for stopping a war with a poem, and I'm kind of not planning to do that.
So, that's the thing. And it's a great point, because a lot of musicians that come in, the question comes up: how did your parents take it when you were like, I'm going to get into music? But for you, it's been in your blood since you were born.
Yeah, they were more like a little bit snobby about like music. They were more like, you're a poet, Music, what is that? Like they have this kind of, because that's the higher form of expression in my country, and melody is just there to enhance that. And sometimes people just take music as something that's totally devoid of poetry, and they just say nonsense and with good melodies, and it's catchy. And they didn't want that to be the case for my work. So,
was it easy to transition from spoken word to a musical-based performance?
Yeah, I always had some kind of musical, rhythmic, or poetic, or melodic talent, and I would just infuse them, and at some point they became a little bit like they work for me anyway.
That's awesome. I got some new material actually working right now, which is actually kind of exciting. You start to hear yourself more and more on the radio, which is a kind of a pretty exciting factor when it comes to putting your own music out. You've got a laundry list of musicians that you've worked with on the album as well, from Nas to, and then from people outside of the album that you've worked with before. I mean, these collaborations seem to be happening regularly now.
Yeah,
we were talking about Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, he's played guitar on the album. It's like people who I think kind of changed something. There's just greats. I got to work. I was very fortunate, by the way, with Keith Richards, but also got to work with Bono on the album, and just people who I really respect and who kind of stay true to what they do.
Absolutely. Got another song for us?
Yeah, this one is the new single, and it's called "Hurt Me Tomorrow," and it's about the moment in the relationship that it's come to kind of its termination point. Someone's got to get evicted, It's like at the end, and so, but there's almost someone in the relationship that always does all the theatrics to try and stop it from actually ending, like as if it's better to end it tomorrow. We're like, I'm going through this hard time at work, or I've got exams right now, and like, And so I realized I was one of those people making excuses for it, and I just thought this would be a funny take on something painful. This is called Hurt Me Tomorrow. This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and baby that's never. So don't you make it worse, don't change my weather. I gotta change your mind if it takes forever. So don't you dare leave me now, throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow, but you can hurt me tomorrow. Okay, it's on you. Yeah. I used to be a strange fruit, Billie Holiday. Then you got me by my roots, took the pain away. I tried to question our direction, that was my mistake. I had to ask you where we're going, baby, Marvin Gaye. I used to do it like Sinatra, do it my way. Now I'm the Fuji of my Lauryn Hill, they got away. I thought we had an at last love, Etta James. But now I'm wondering if what I heard is true. Then I know what you came to do. Love may be blind, but I'm looking at you. So before you pull the trigger, did you ever consider this ain't a good time? But when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and baby that's never. So don't you dare leave me now, throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow. But you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me, 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 you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, girl, save it for tomorrow. If you could take a rain check on a stormy night, then I would love you till you're old like you're Betty White. You could hurt me any other day, pick a fight, but not on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, and not the weekend either, 'cause I got a song to write. I promise I'ma hear you out when the time is right. Let's have a talk, August 7, 2099, at your place of mine. This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and baby that's never. So don't you dare leave me now, throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow. But you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me, 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 you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, girl, save it for tomorrow. Hey, why you turn around and walk away? I know you got a lot to say, and I really wanna talk about it. Just not today, not today. Why you turn around and walk away? I know you got a lot to say, and I really wanna talk about it. Just not today, this ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and baby that's never. So don't you dare leave me now, throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow. But you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me, 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 you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, you can hurt me tomorrow, girl, save it for tomorrow.
Not today, but tomorrow.
Yes.
Or next week. That'll be the next song, right? So I like to turn this over to anybody that's here right now in the RP Funding Theater. Is there any questions that anybody has for Ken as we sit here? And you don't have to be shy. I've been up here for the past 10 minutes doing the questions. We're fine. And if nothing else, then we'll just keep bantering back and forth if we're not boring you, you know. Anybody? No? Oh.
Yeah. True. Yeah, no. Yeah, man. The album I had a lot to do with that album. Actually, I'm on a few songs, but the production comes from, funnily enough, like a lot of my old stuff. So if you ever heard this is an album I have called Troubadour, and if you listen to the music in Troubadour, you'll see where the distant relatives sound comes from. Because Damien was around me when I was making Troubadour album in his father's house in Jamaica, and so he was like, "Man, I love this sound, this ideas and whatever." So some of those songs kind of ended up, like we did this Africa Must Wake Up 4 years before the Nas thing, and so on. And as we enter, that beat comes from a sample I gave him, and I kind of was around the whole thing. And at that time, Nas and I hadn't done our own thing. So yeah, it's obviously kind of a privilege to have been a part of that.
Is he as intense with his craft as some who maybe not have met Nas before is? I mean, you would assume when you see some of these artists, their work ethic has to be through the roof. I mean, is he intense and just strong as he is with that, or is this just kind of come naturally?
Not really. He's funny. He's just like he's just in the studio. At the time we were in the studio, he was obsessed with like coding "I Love You, Man," the film.
Okay.
That's all he was doing.
So you're like, you are Nas, and you're too busy watching movies and not doing music.
And then he would just like write lyrics and then turn around and be like, hey, and then he said this.
You had a question over here?
Yeah, the question was about Bono and his love advice that he was giving out to you. Is that true?
Oh, shit. Where you get that from? Who told you?
I don't know.
I don't know, he's... I just thought, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. It's like a connection, a signal, like, hey, you, we're from the same... All right, fucking around, sorry. It's totally natural to be racist in this context. We're just always racist. So, yeah, Bono was... he's like actually quite a close friend, and there was I was going through some stuff, and... he's kind of got he's like the oracle, you know what I mean? He's figured some shit out, like, so, so he was very helpful in some of that stuff.
Get it back up, another one?
That text message that you were wanting to send him, did you ever send it?
No. He's talking about this, I have this friend named John Levine who works with me sometimes, plays music with me. And he's an idiot. Like, he's just hilarious. And so he's always trying to steal my phone because he wants to send a text to Bono saying, so bored right now. Sad face, LOL. He's like, he thinks that's the best thing in the world to send Bono a text like that.
Not everybody can say that Bono's a close friend of theirs, so
yeah.
You can just pull that one out and be like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, but those are the kind of people I hang out with. People who want to send so bored.
That's something Nas would do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
See? Anything else? Anybody else here? No? I guess so. Tell us what we can expect on the album. So we've heard a couple of the tracks already.
Yeah, it's called Country God or the Girl. And the vibe is just kind of just the most personal record I wrote. It's funny because a lot of my music in the past has been known for having like a political tinge to it, or having, the hardship of coming out of, war and these kinds of things. And certainly war is difficult, but I think love can be harder. And so this is the perspective of that album, as somebody who's experienced that, but also having to deal with the internal conflicts and how different that is. And I think that's the real human challenge, the internal. So that's what this album deals with.
That's awesome. How about some more stuff?
Sure. We don't know what we should play.
You gonna surprise us?
Yeah. How about that wouldn't be a surprise, would it? Let's play. Okay, well, this is a new one, and this is actually Bono sings in this song in the recording, and we rarely play this acoustic, but we'll vibe it out. It's called Bulletproof Pride, and here it is. 70 excuses. There comes a point when patience can't take all these abuses. Now my reserves are empty, I'm feeling kinda low. Cause when do you fight for someone? And when do you let them go? The other day I thought I saw you on a magazine. Your stubborn nose pretending to belong to the machine. I've been waiting for you to come to your senses, holding up your heavy heart down there in the trenches. You don't have to carry that weight all by yourself. Even you, the mercenary, could use a little help. You got your gun, your bulletproof pride. You never run, but you sure know how to hide. Oh, 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 oh. My friend said he had seen you at a movie theater. You look just as you had always. Didn't ask about me either. Won't say life ends without you, that you're the only answer. But you got me like a thief, you got me with my hands up. The other day I thought I saw you on a magazine. Your stubborn nose pretending to belong to the machine. I've been waiting for you to come to your senses, holding up your heavy heart down there in the trenches. You don't have to carry that weight all by yourself. Even you, the mercenary, could use a little help. You got your gun, your bulletproof pride. You never run, but you sure know how to hide. Pretending to belong to the machine, yeah. I've been waiting for you to come to your senses, holding up your heavy heart down there in the trenches. You don't have to carry that weight all by yourself. Even you, the mercenary, could use a little help. You got your gun, bulletproof pride. You never run, but you sure know how to hide. Oh, 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 oh,
We'd ask you to perform all afternoon if we could, but we can't. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, NAAN right there. They're going to take a quick break. I think he's going to go brew that cup of coffee, and then he'll be able to come back out, and we'll do some pictures and all that good stuff. So.